Well, how the hell are you guys doing today? I am doing good. This is Dane at ZIMM'S Guitars here in Mesa, Arizona. And I do a lot of videos about stringing up the guitars that come into my store. And this looks like it is a Fender Telecaster Deluxe, made in Mexico, X2. So I'm going to say that is a 20, what year would an X2 be? Would that be a 2012? Yeah, I'm going to guess that's a 2012. And this looks like the 70s reissue kind of thing with the big headstock, the bullet truss rod, the two Fender full range humbuckers, three-way switch, very much like a Les Paul where you have the three-way switch and then you have volume, volume, tone, tone. We have to just shine this thing up, put new strings on it. Let me grab a cable so that we can test the electronics here. Went in nice, had a nice little snap to it there. All right, we are in business. Okay, let's go ahead and pull the strings off. Now this guitar does have the old style of tuner, where when you loosen the string, it lifts right up out of the top. So nice and easy, just like that. That's what your string looks like coming out. I suppose I ought to look at what string gauge is currently on here. And it looks like a 10. It's got 10 through 46 on there. You guys, if you watch my channel, you know I love to put 9 gauge strings on everything. But I think we need to do is let's look at scale length, because that has a lot to do with what strings you should put on something. So where's my tape measure? Well, I guess I can use, oh, here it is. All right, 25.5. So it is what you would call your regular Fender scale length. So let's go ahead and get these strings off of here. All right, so we'll go ahead and cut them. And then these are stringed through the body, so they just come out straight out of the back here. Right, so on this one, I'm going to grab myself a shop rag. And we're going to spray some Music Nomad the Guitar One, complete guitar maintenance in one bottle, cleans, polish, all that kind of stuff. We're going to spray some of this on here, a little bit on the neck. And let's just shine it up a little bit. The knobs on this guitar kind of look like the old school amp knobs that you would see on an old Fender Bandmaster or something like that. You could, you could definitely tune this to like an open G tuning to do some of that Keith Richards stuff. That would be really neat. It does have that 3-bolt neck plate on the back right here. So it looks, you know, so it looks like what they did back in the 1970s. You got a maple neck, skunk stripe. You got the full pick guard. Okay, good. We're ready for some strings. Today's string choice. Okay. For any ball strings, I have a 3-pack here. So I'm going to pull a pack out of the old 3-pack. Alright, so I'm going to put a set of 9s on this thing. I love me 9-gauge strings. A lot of guitars in the store lately. Buying a lot of guitars. I definitely don't have to worry about running out of guitars down here at this place. And if any of you guys are in the Phoenix area, make sure you drop on in. I can honestly say, that, and being completely honest, I think I have the largest selection of used guitars out of any store that is here in Phoenix. I know I always have a lot more used guitars than any of the Guitar Center locations. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that if you want to see a variety of used guitars, and you're in Phoenix, this is the place to come. I don't do brand new guitars. You won't come in like a Guitar Center. If you come in this store, it's not going to be like going to Guitar Center where you have all that brand new stuff and only that hanging on the walls. Big variety of all kinds of different things. And I have been at my current location for going on 2 years now. My old location, I was over there, and it was only a mile down the street from where I'm at now. But my old location, I was there for 5 years. And when I moved to my new location, I made sure I wouldn't go very far because I didn't want to lose my normal customers, right? All my locals. And so, yeah, everybody knows where I'm at now. So I'm almost at 2 years at my new location, and business is booming. Got lots of inventory. And it is just a guitar shop. I don't have keyboards. I don't have trumpets and saxophones and violins, and I don't do band rentals. It's just a guitar shop. I do not sell recording gear. I don't sell PA systems. I don't do old power amps. I don't do old rack mount gear. I think some rack mount stuff is going to start coming back, maybe. Yeah, I don't deal with any of that kind of stuff. This is just a guitar shop. And if you're looking for vintage gear, I'm not a vintage dealer. If I get a vintage piece, for some strange reason, something would come in and it's old, I know 3 or 4 guys that I can immediately call up and say, hey, I have an old vintage piece. And they hustle over and they grab that from me. So I do not do vintage gear as far as old Martin guitars. Don't call me up and say, hey, do you have an old Martin guitar? Because by some chance, if an old Martin guitar comes and walks in the store, yeah, I immediately, if I happen to get my hands on one, Again, I know a couple of guys that I call up and they hustle over and take it away from me. So yeah, not the vintage store. I'm not about getting into all that high-end stuff. I like this kind of stuff. I like the affordable stuff. Okay, kind of a lot of string winds around that high E string, but this is sort of what it looks like after I string them up. I like to put about 3 wraps, 4 wraps. The high strings, you know, maybe that high E string has maybe 6 wraps. So that's how I kind of do it. Okay, let's stretch these babies out a little bit. Yeah, that went a whole, I stretched that string a whole full 2 steps. All the way down to a C. Alright guys, there it is. A nice, made in Mexico, Fender Telecaster Deluxe. While I got you guys here, I'm going to show you another guitar real quick. So hang in for just a second and watch this next guitar I got. Alright, so I just want to show you guys this guitar real quick. It doesn't need strung up or anything, but this is a Carvin. And so let me pull it out of the case. It's got a lot of the case candy and everything. Yeah, so this is a Carvin guitar that I just recently purchased. And it is a really nice seafoam color. Seafoam grain. It's got the Carvin pickups. It's a neck through. Made in the USA, locking tuners. Made in the USA Carvin guitar. Just a really fun one. I wanted to show you guys. Carvin guitars, you know, they are the predecessor of Kiesel. And I think this is stainless steel frets on an ebony board. Truss rod cover says Surf's Up. Really neat guitar. Just wanted to show you guys that real quick. So everybody, thank you guys for watching, and you know the catchphrase, go buy a guitar.